Good morning. This message is of the utmost urgency. I had to get up and make this video because of some thoughts I was having until they came into truth. And this message is about Donald Trump. Now, a lot of you like to say that I pick on Donald Trump for this or that and other varying reasons, and that's just not true. Um, I'm concerned with the most fearful and careful um, of concerns that a man can have. Um, so I'm gonna get right to it, okay? Look, Donald Trump is either the Antichrist or he knows who the Antichrist is. I'm gonna get right to it. Now, here's my reasons, and you can do your own fact checking and what have you. But I've been at this since 1991, and God has allowed me many years, to go over things and um, to weigh things, to see things, and to prepare things. Now, here's my reasoning. Here are my reasons. First of all, I'm led by the Spirit, and the Spirit is never, ever wrong. So let's get to it. All the reasons why Donald Trump shouldn't even be on the ballot in the first place is my number one cause for concern. What happened on January 6th is something I thought was impossible because whether foreign or domestic, I didn't think nobody could ever rushed, the House, the Senate like they did on January 6th. I just didn't think that was possible because, normally, and even as a child would think, there would be police everywhere, army men everywhere, helicopters, tanks, all that. But nothing happened. Nothing. For a while, and for a while too. Anyway, moving on. The felonies, his character, being impeached twice, saying the things he said, doing the things he's done, the misconduct with women, all of these things would have prevented any man from being on a ballot before this time period because of character. Because you like to think of the President of the United States as a man who's, of high moral character, high moral background and upbringing and all that. We always thought that the President of the United States was just a standard of men. Because again, you like for, the President of the United States to represent what the United States is. And I'm afraid Donald Trump is exactly what the United States has become. He's a great representation of what the United States has become. And I can't think of a more fitting person to be president right now, as how, the United States has become. This world has been primed for the rise of the Antichrist for many years, guys. This isn't just something just popping up. Your minds have been primed for this for years. And it just blows me away that anybody could actually vote for this guy. And I know the economy's bad, I know the border situation's bad, but he's the one who caused it. And another characteristic of Antichrist is the one fixing the problem he caused in the first place, which puts a blinders over your eyes because you can't see this because you're deceived. Um, how? How can Donald Trump be the best person to fix this country right now? Donald Trump is the last person to fix this economy. But again, because deception is at an all-time high and it's going to get higher as he grows more and more into power. You want Donald Trump to fix this economy. So that means you are willing to overlook everything just for a better economy. Oh, you're willing to overlook everything that this man has said and done for the sake of a better economy. You are willing to sell your souls for a better economy. And as far as the border situation goes, he rebuked the bipartisan, legislation that would have handled the border situation, if you will. I don't think even what he's going to do will actually plug up that border situation. People are still going to find a way to get into this country. They always have. Now, why is that happening, you ask? The United States must reap what it has sown. And we all know what I'm talking about. Slavery. You brought people over here who didn't want to come. So your reaping is people coming into here who want to come. And let's be clear about one thing before I get out of here. I'm not going to be testy because I've already told you what you need to know already. But the United States will not be destroyed by a China or by a Russia or by a North Korea. The United States is going to be destroyed by the United States, which means it's going to implode, which means from within. The other sign is, of course, with Israel being surrounded by enemies, all this works hand in hand with biblical prophecy. And now I don't know if any of you have heard, but North Korea has been sending Russia soldiers to aid in its takeover of Ukraine. And that is a very, very serious threat and the eventual start of World War III. Now, on another note, Iran has now attacked Israel, and Israel is now planning retribution for that. So you see what's going on here, all this, and now Cuba is accusing the United States of the recent blackout. And you add all this up with the recent hurricanes down south near Florida, what's happened down there in the Carolinas and all that, gun violence, the racism, the sexism, Diddy, all that. All these things work hand in hand with the rise of the Antichrist, which, in my estimation, is the American candidate, the American Republican candidate, Donald Trump. Now, this is the third week in October, and the election is just about 2 weeks and a few days away. And Donald Trump is going to win. He must win because he is that power that I spoke of. And the sad part is, which is also biblical prophecy and the reality of it all, is that you all are ushering him in without even knowing it. And I don't know. I pray to God to have mercy on your souls because of your ignorance, your being deceived, your greed, your hatred, your racism. All this plays a part in electing the Antichrist, because it must be a choice. See, he cannot take. It must be given to him. And you know who's giving it to him? You guessed it. You are. You are. Now, I too understand that the economy's bad because it's been hitting me like, you know what, just as much as it has you. Bread is up, eggs, gas, utilities, rent is super high. Rent is ridiculous, y'all. But all this is the intolerance that I spoke of. All this is being primed, which means getting your psyche ready. And the best way to do that is to break you down first. And that's exactly what he has done. Now, in closing, because I don't want to make this video too long, but in the book of Revelation, he's also described as is not, but yet is. See what I'm saying? He was president, then he wasn't president, but he is president again. That is, your was, is not, but yet is, written in the book of Revelation. So, God be with us all. I'm not going to tire you with any more information. I was told to tell you at this appointed time, which was why I was born. And I am here. I have told you. And you have to do with that whatever you want. I'm not saying just to run out and say, well, vote for Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris has nothing to do with this. This is all about Donald Trump and who he really is. I may not live to see it all play all the way out with you, but I will be with you in spirit, as will the Lord Jesus Christ, as he promised and as he is. Even sitting here with me now, you can't see him, but he's standing right behind me. But he told me to tell you, and I have done so. So with that, may God be with you, and watch yourselves from the rest of the way out. And I will see you, Lord willing, right after this election is completed, which is in about 2 weeks. I don't know if I'll live to see it, but I'll be here and I'll be watching and I'll be praying. Okay? Guys, it's about to get rough. It's about to get rough. Families are falling apart, at odds with each other. It's far more than I ever could have dreamed of, from when I first began this many years ago. And I would read the prophecies and, then it's like, oh, wow, okay. But now, many years later, being actually in it and seeing it actually unfold, is beyond anything I could have ever imagined, because it's even more than the things that I've mentioned in this video. It's even a lot more than that. And I'm sure a lot of you know that from what's going on in your personal lives. It's even a lot more than that. So look, I'm going to get out of here. I've rambled on past my 15 minutes, which is the max. And I believe I've gotten out everything that I wanted to get out on this matter. But if there's anything left to add on to this, I'm sure the Lord our God will send me again to shore that up. Okay, so until then, like I said, I told you, and now you know. So now, as Mark 13:31 says, and what I say unto you, I say unto all, watch.